It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Bills and the Jets on Monday night.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City. A new era begins here at MetLife Stadium. The Bills and Jets underway to close out week 1. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And it just feels like Allen has the Bills on the cusp of something great. Another 13-win season last year, and they're officially perennial favorites in the AFC. Behind that effort, continued excellence from one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. A big play there on the first play of the game. 44 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a late signing let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cook up the gut. And he'll get him inside the... yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
He'll get this to Lazard. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Throwing on first down is Allen.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
7-7, our score after 1.
Now Allen. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Allen going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have more bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. So Aaron Rodgers here getting his first run in a Jets uniform. Well, he'll get 3 of his first 4 games at home, but it is an intimidating slate. You got Buffalo tonight. They go to Dallas next Sunday, followed by a divisional home game against the Patriots, a team that's had their number, to put it mildly. And then the Super Bowl champs come in Week 4.
And don't forget, not far behind them, the Eagles in Week 6. But I think that this is a great way to open for Aaron Rodgers. If you've ever wanted a challenge, this is it. And this gives him the chance to show the rest of the world he's still got it and is still an MVP in this league.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away.
And no thought of a return here for Hines. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Allen now looks to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st down, Allen.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Catch is made by Hardman. And out across midfield down to the 45. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Rodgers now to throw. Caught by Wilson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
On second down, here's Rodgers.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. A final shot before half for Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On play action, Rodgers.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Now it's Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
Hines now on the return.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the
pass to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And New York set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That is caught. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Open man here is Conklin, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 10 yards out. And the Jets put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Breaks through the contact. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 40 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the
touchdown Bills. Dawson Knox, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down, Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To the air, Allen going deep for Diggs. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it off. And the Jets are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Another try, second and 10 now. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. That's caught by Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first and 10. Now Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Allen Lazard. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Allen and the Bills now. Down 31-28. A minute 46 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here first and 10. Throwing, Allen. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now second and 4. Now Allen. That's taken in by Knox. He's across midfield. There he goes again. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Bills have taken a fourth quarter lead. Bass on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing by 4, under a minute 20 to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Rodgers to throw. That's complete. It's Cook. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone. To the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
This is 1st and 10. Allen.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Here's Allen. That's caught by Diggs.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Here comes 2nd down. To throw is Allen.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
And they're able to spike it with time remaining. And now in field goal range here with a chance to get this one to OT.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Wilson's got it complete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Gotta punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in pump formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
He'll get this to Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down, this distance, you got to punt it, right?
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Well, let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on 4th down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the 4th quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Allen. To the sideline and incomplete. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Allen. He gets this complete to Diggs. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to let it go again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for a very important punt here in overtime.
And this returnable for Hines.
Well, how
the very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go.